as I told you, sorry, boys, we were here on the screen. As I told you that now I'm going to explain you from this part, this picture. Now see in this picture, this is the Earth's atmosphere. Atmosphere is one of the layer of the Earth. Okay, that is the layer of air. But in that layer of air also, you can see there are different layers. So here, this is your surface of the Earth. This one, this is your surface of the Earth. We are living on the surface of the Earth. Now, above the surface of the Earth, which are the different layers? So your first layer, or we can say the first sphere, sphere means layer. The first sphere is your troposphere. Troposphere. We people are living in the troposphere. We are in this layer. Now in the troposphere, you can see this white line. White line is also troposphere, but it is a higher part of the troposphere. So in this troposphere, in the higher part of the troposphere, you can see the aeroplanes, clouds. Here you can see the aeroplane, this flying of the aeroplanes or the clouds which are there, they are in the troposphere, but in the higher part of the troposphere. Okay. Now, the next sphere is the stratosphere. Between the troposphere and the stratosphere is your ozone layer. You can see here this blue line which is there is your ozone layer. It is not a sphere, it is a layer which is there between troposphere and stratosphere. Now what is this ozone layer consist of? This ozone layer is a layer of the ozone gas. This layer protects us from the harmful sun's rays. What are those harmful sun's rays called? The ultraviolet rays, or we can say ultraviolet radiation. So your first sphere in the atmosphere is troposphere. Your second sphere is your stratosphere. The third sphere is your mesosphere. The fourth sphere, ionosphere, and the last is your exosphere. You can see the rocket over here. So the flying of the rocket is in which sphere of the atmosphere? It is in the ionosphere. Rockets fly in the ionosphere. Aeroplanes fly in the higher part of the troposphere. You can see here the satellites. Now satellites which are there, they are in the exosphere. Which layer of atmosphere satellites are? They are in the exosphere. Now, as you know, the different layers, I will explain you in the detail afterwards. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. Now, this is your stratosphere. You can see here the stratosphere. This part is your stratosphere. Now, stratosphere, this is the lower part. The blue line is the lower part of stratosphere. So, where is ozone layer present? Ozone layer is present in the lower part of the stratosphere. See here, the distance of the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and so on. What is the distance of it from the Earth's surface? Let us see. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere. These are the different layers. I am repeating it again so that you know. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. These are the different layers of the Earth's atmosphere. And in the lower part of the stratosphere, you will have ozone layer. Now this ozone layer, as I told you, it protects us from the ultraviolet radiations. What is the distance of the troposphere from the Earth's surface? 13 kilometers from the Earth's surface. What is the distance of the stratosphere from the Earth's surface? 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Now, let me tell you, what does ozone layer do? Boys, look at my screen. Look at my screen. This is your Earth. This is the surface of the Earth. We are living on the surface of the Earth. Now, you know the Earth is surrounded by atmosphere, layer of air, correct? Now, this layer of air, I'm explaining you now. In this layer of air, the first layer is your troposphere. Then above will be your ozone layer. Now, what happens to this ozone layer? What is ozone layer? Boys, ozone layer is a protective shield. It protects us. It protects us from the harmful rays of the sun. These rays are very harmful. If it reaches the earth, then the people will get skin cancer because it affects the skin cancer. It affects our skin. So now, what does this ozone layer do? This is the ozone layer. Now, rays of the sun, when they fall, it falls, the ozone layer bounces back in the atmosphere. The harmful rays, it will not reach the earth. This ozone layer is having that capacity. It bounces back. It reflects the harmful rays in the space, in the atmosphere. It will not reach, the harmful rays does not reach the earth. So you can say ozone layer is a security guard. It guards us and we need to protect this layer. If a pollution increases, this layer will be destroyed. So this is the ozone layer. Now what is there in the ozone layer? Ozone layer, there is an ozone gas. So let's see ahead. We have to see the first layer of atmosphere. The first layer of atmosphere is your troposphere. The air becomes cool. Boys, as I told you, we are on the surface of the earth. Your first layer is your troposphere. But troposphere, the higher part of the troposphere, what happens over there? It is at the higher part. And you know, when you go, as you go away from the surface of the earth, air will become thinner. Oxygen carrying capacity will be less and cooler. Air will be cooler over there. So what all things happen in the troposphere? You can see the air becomes cooler as we go higher in the troposphere. What all things are formed in the troposphere in the troposphere at the high altitude? Water vapor are formed in the troposphere. Clouds, rain, fog, wind, and storm. These all are the formation in the troposphere, in the higher part of the troposphere. Water vapor, clouds, rain, fog, wind, and storm. Now, another one, you can see the aeroplane here. Aeroplane also flies in the higher part of the troposphere, the first layer of the earth, atmosphere. That is the troposphere. So where does the aeroplane fly? In the higher part of the troposphere. But boys, I told you, when you go high, the air becomes thinner, oxygen carrying capacity is less. Then now, if you are flying, if you are going in the aeroplane, you should be able to breathe. And that's why arrangements have to be made to ensure that passengers should get air for breathing, enough air for breathing. And such arrangements are made in the aeroplane. Yes, as I was telling you about the UV rays, the ultraviolet rays, up to a height of, we are studying the second layer, that is stratosphere. We studied about troposphere now. We saw what goes in that. Now let us see stratosphere. What is the distance of the stratosphere from the surface of the earth? 50 kilometers from the earth is the layer of stratosphere. Now, I told you in the lower layer of stratosphere, you have ozone layer. And that ozone layer contains ozone gas. What does this ozone layer do? It absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays. That ultraviolet rays are also called as UV rays. UV rays, you can see the arrows here. The UV rays which are there are bounced back into the atmosphere. You can see the arrow turning up. That means the UV rays are not reaching the earth's surface. The rays which are really useful for us are only reaching the earth's surface. So this ozone layer, what it does, the harmful UV rays are bounced back, reflects back in the atmosphere. So which layer we studied? We saw the stratosphere. And in the lower layer of the stratosphere, we have the ozone layer. Look here, how it will rain. How does it rain? It's raining. It's a rainy season. Why does the rain fall down? So if you want to understand, observe this picture first. See now, whenever you heat, whenever you boil water, whenever you heat, that water turns into what? The water turns into steam. Steam means it turns into water vapor. Water turning into water vapor. What it is known as? Evaporation. Remember this because we have to study the water cycle. Boys, when water is converted into steam, when the water is converted into water vapor, that process is known as evaporation. Look at this picture now. Water evaporates due to the heat of the sun. See, this heating is on the coil, but because of the rays of the sun, water gets heated. Now, when the water will be heated, what will happen? When this surface water will be heated, what will happen? It will also turn into water vapor. Okay, now this much you understood. Now let us see the water cycle. Look here. As I told you here, this is water. This is your water. Now because of this rays of the sun means because of the heat of the sun, due to the heat of the sun, what will happen to this water? The water gets heated up. It will get heated up. What will happen after heating? The water will turn into water vapor. So what is the process? Water will turn into water vapor. It is known as evaporation. Which process took place? Evaporation. Sun, due to the rays of the sun, the water gets heated up. It forms water vapor. So formation of water vapor is evaporation. Now what exactly happens? This water vapor will move up. Why it will move up? Because it has become lighter in weight. The weight is light and that's why this water vapor will move up. Transportation. When the water vapor moves up, that is transportation. Next process. It will form clouds. The water vapor will form clouds. Why that water vapor forms clouds? Boys, when this water vapor goes up, it cools down over there. The water droplets freeze. It cools down when they move up. And when it cools down, they form clouds. What is that formation of clouds called? Which process? Condensation. And after the condensation process, that is formation of clouds, then this cloud, it will come in the form of rain. When it rains, that is known as precipitation. Now all of you will look at my screen. Boys, you all will look at my screen. You can see this pouch, okay? This pouch. If I will keep on putting all the things in the pouch, what will happen to this pouch? Or look at this. I will keep on putting everything in this, okay? At one specific time, it will tear off. That means the holding capacity is not there now. It cannot hold. Example, take a bag and keep on inserting things in the bag. But one moment will come where the bag will tear off. Why it happens? Because it cannot hold the weight now. Similarly, here also you can see the clouds. As I told you, the water droplets are here in the clouds. These water droplets come together. Now this cloud cannot hold the weight of those water droplets. So what will happen to the water droplets? It cannot hold the weight. These water droplets will come down on the earth's surface in the form of rain. And that is known as precipitation. So one more time, I will repeat what is this water cycle. Okay, I'm going to ask you later also. So please pay attention. Water gets heated up. How it is heated up? It is because of the rays of the sun. Now, after heating, what happens to the water vapor? Water, it turns into water vapor. Which process? Evaporation. Water turning into water vapor, evaporation. Then what will happen? After evaporation takes place, the water vapor goes up. It becomes lighter, it goes up. Which process? Transportation. Now this water vapor went up. What it will form? Clouds. Because the air is cooler there. The formation of cloud. Which process? Condensation. Okay, the third process is your condensation. After condensation, what happens? Cloud cannot hold the water droplets for a longer time. It becomes heavy. So it will fall in the form of rain. Which process? Precipitation. And when the rain falls down again, it will become water. And after water, again it will be heated up. So this is the entire cycle. Okay. So what it is known as? Evaporation. Now in detail, if I want to say evaporation, it will be transpiration, sublimation. So you can see here water going up. So evaporation. Evaporation is, you can also say evaporation. Second process is your condensation. Sorry, evaporation. Then water vapor goes up, transportation. Then condensation, formation of clouds. Then precipitation, that is rainfall. Okay, let's go ahead. What do you mean by biosphere? What consists of a biosphere? Let's see. Various regions on the earth differ in many ways. So what all things will come in the biosphere? Different regions. Which are these regions? Ice, hot climate region, mountainous region, plains, rainfall region, and the desert region. These are the different regions which will be there on the earth. It will differ. Here you can see the sea, the ocean, and the freshwater lakes are also a part of biosphere. Yes, the polar bear. You can see the polar bear on the screen. Where these polar bears are found, anywhere it will not be. It's a speciality. Polar bears will be there only in the polar regions, cold regions, snow-bound regions, where there is snowfall. There you can find the polar bears. Africa, the continent of Africa. Speciality of the continent of Africa. What you can see? The zebras. Zebras you can see in Africa. Australia, in the continent of Australia, the smallest continent, what you can find? You can see the kangaroos. Yes, where are these elephants and lion found? They are found in the hot climate region. Where they are found? In the hot climate region. You can say in the desert region or wherever the climate is very hot, you can see the elephants and the lion. So all together, animals, birds, plants, and microorganisms, mini organisms, all together consist of a biosphere.